Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 4 and we of course are at the Machias at the start of the next part.
Okay.
Bonding points, trials, crypt hits, rounds. Yeah, we've got it all to do, so we better get started. I want to have a quick look at the map to see what we have, and it's a lot. At least these are all new. Looks like most level 133, so that's probably why it's still blacked out all the N15. We can get there. Is it because we can get to the underground waterway? So we have to keep that in mind. I think all the others we should definitely be doing before we continue on with the main story, so that we don't get locked out of those. Same with it, like Avon Hills is blacked out, but we already done that one. Yes, so that's definitely in the cards for today. Nothing like a nice hot drink to calm me down. I'm glad you like it. Hey Alyssa, Angelica, taking some time out for a cup of tea? Oh yeah, I kinda figured it'd be hard for her to visit the lounge, given how she's supposed to be piloting the ship. Well, we can't rely on the autopilot to have it either. But on the bright side, I feel more relaxed now that I have in a long time. I'm so pumped now. I think I can pull off some real acrobatic maneuvers. Please don't. Yeah, that's just asking for trouble. Well, Alyssa's tea really relaxed me, body and soul. That's just what I needed. Everything just feels clearer somehow. Like I could handle any flight pattern you threw at me with ease. That's what I like to hear. Glad it helped. Hey, you play Vantage Marshals, right? If you have any time, what do you think about challenging me? Alyssa? Of course, I didn't know you played. Well, I saw the new Class VII playing. I thought I would give it a go. It's become popular with the 4th Development Division recently. In that case, you wouldn't want to be the only one not playing, huh? Well, we should have a game or two together. Oh, that would be great. You can now play Vantage Masters against Alyssa. Then, oh sure, let's play. We always have at least one match, and then seeing if we get destroyed or not. Guess I'll start. Yes, strong hand. Lucky me. Ooh. Alright, what can she actually do? Allows the target to act again, so twice to, when HP is 10 or less, attack to all cards. Okay, so when we knock her on the 10, we want to have as little cards on the board as possible. Let's put you on front for the time being. And let's start using some nice little cards, shall we? 3 mana, we have that. Might as well start going straight into the attack. Okay. Just to do as much damage as we may do. 3. If we put any of these down, we won't be able to use our magic. Get that off the board. And we have 2 left, and that's what it's going to be ending up at. Lucky me. Why is he doing anything? Is he saving everything up or something? Okay. Let's get the other one first off the board. Still kicking, for the time being. And that will destroy it. Ooh. Should have gone for Blix, definitely. Oh, good attack again, it's gonna go for Blix now. Ooh, I wouldn't have done that. Because now you're dead. Yeah, I think Alyssa could be a very dangerous opponent if not taken down immediately. With the archers we got in the beginning, that definitely paves our win.
One more time.
Thank you. Do appreciate that. Alright, good. Still no word from Paula? That's too bad. I haven't been able to get in contact with Clara either. Really? That's not encouraging. Hey, you guys mean Paula from the Writing Club and Clara from the Art Club? What's wrong? Did they go off the grid? Seems like it. I didn't mention her at all often before now, to be honest. Well, before everything went down in Heimdall, I'd been exchanging intel with her off and on. The same goes for me and Paula. I was hoping to get in touch with her to confirm the situation, but... So, it's not just Heimdall-based Thor's grad. Well, it's probably nothing to be overly concerned about, but we still ought to keep them in mind. Now that Toa's back with us, we should let her know too. Come to think of it, I met Clara at the Imperial Biennale in Berea-Hart. I wonder what she's doing now, and whatever became of Paula. Well, Clara's been keeping busy between pursuing her own artistic interest and pitching in to help the cause as much as he can. There must have been a reason why she's been unreachable lately. Probably.
This is nice.
Yeah. Never a bad thing to take a shower every once in a while. I'm sorry about all this. Oh, would you stop apologizing? Yuna? What happened? Oh, it's nothing. I just grazed my arm a little during training. I don't think it's anything that needs to be looked at, though. Oh, that's just the kind of negligence that will leave you with a nasty scar. Now show me the wound and let's get it cleaned. Thanks, really. Wow. Duvalie really knows her stuff when it comes to taking care of others. There. Clean and wrapped. That wasn't so bad, was it? Thanks again. It was nice of you. Oh, that reminds me. I've got to give you something, Instructor Rean. It's the ID for Ellie's pom-pom party account. We thought you should have this, so you could help test the connection we'll be using to share intel with Lloyd and the SSS. Plus, you can play the game too if you want. Oh, cool, thanks. You can now play pom-pom party against Ellie. Oh, want something to drink, Duvalie? It's on me, since I owe you one. What would you like? Huh. Before this is over, they'll become great friends, isn't it? Okay, Machias. Let's leave him for now. Maybe at the end of today or the start of the next. And probably the start, because it is a lot easier to do so. So Ash, are you pretty hot stuff back home? Don't get carried away, you still got a lot to learn about gambling and women, both. Well, hey, I don't got as much of a life experience as you. I mean, you've done some pretty crazy stuff. As Crow, as Sea, as Siegfried. Ouch, you had to go there, didn't you? Come to think of it, I kind of have trouble thinking of you as a ladies' man, Crow. Maybe because of all the times Angelica upstaged you back at Thor's. Lame. Hey, don't you know what it's like to have to compete with Angie? Take that chick from the literature club, for example. Tatiana, right? Let me tell you, if Angie set her sights on her, you wouldn't stand a chance. In fact, you might want to get moving on that before she does. Hey, mind your own business. It's not like I care or anything. Come on now, don't be shy. Whenever you need advice with women, just come to good old Uncle Crow. Hey, back off, man, this ain't funny. Even Ash isn't quite a match for Crow. Yeah, they've a little bit of the same personality, so it's nice to see them banter back and forth. Hey, forget about me. What's the deal between you and that abbess lady? She's easy on the eyes, but she talks like she knows every secret the world's trying to hide, and she doesn't want to share. Honestly, Crow, I'm kinda curious to what your relationship with her is too. You too, huh? Well, sometimes I'm glad I didn't get too involved with her, but at other times, I wish I had. I'll let you guys figure out how to interpret that one. Aw, come on! Well, that answers nothing. Just how Crow likes it. Hey Elliot, you're behind the counter this time? Yep, helping people is a part of who I am, and that extends to cooking too. Let me know if there's anything you need. I will, thanks. Helping people is a part of who I am, and it extends to cooking too. Let me know if there's anything you need.
How can I help?
Just having a look around. Not seeing if there's anything new. Yeah, we want older hairs.
Come back anytime.
Yes.
How can I help?
No bargains.
Come back anytime.
Good.
How can I help?
Yeah, we can make a few of those if we wanted to. These are decent ones, but it's just HP, isn't it? Ooh, magic attack evasion. And the shadow. Yeah, if we find some more new material, we can definitely play around with that. Oh, we have a lot though. Do we want to upgrade this one to the shadow one? Nice little increase in speed, isn't it? I think about that. Because another evergreen for EV 10 is not bad either.
Come back anytime.
Get back. I never said you could pet me. Oh, your mouse says no, but you're purring all the same. I'm not. There, isn't that better? Just relax and let me work my magic. Or if you prefer, you can switch to human form and I'll give you a nice massage. Oh, there's no way that's gonna happen. Musa is just as relentless as ever. It's kinda scary. Oh, this child is unsettlingly good at this. And I thought Vita's way of petting me was dangerous. Don't tell me you're her disciple. Oh, come on now. You're just being paranoid. Vita's a force to be reckoned with, alright. Yeah, and I think Musa, in some ways, is her disciple. Oh, the atmosphere board. This ship has been so much cheerier since we met up with Tita and the princess. Now we just need the lease, and a crucial turning point is quickly approaching. Yeah. Huh, what's the matter, Emma? You've been sighing a lot these days. Huh? Have I? Oh, I certainly hadn't noticed myself doing so. The break room's always there for you if you need to take a load off. Oh, thank you, but I'm fine, honest. If anyone's in need of a rest, I think it's you, Rean. Oh, don't worry. I've been taking regular breaks wherever I can. Well, if you say so. I know how you feel, Emma. But really, it's better not to overthink it. Anyway, wanna take a nap together? Oh, why not? I hope I'm not the source of Emma's stress. All that talk about napping has made me sleepy. Well, why don't you take a nap? V did take naps in all sorts of places while we were in school. They do say naps are good for you. It might not be a bad idea to try one occasionally. Oh, go for it, why not? Oh, hey everyone. I see you're all set up in the workshop now, huh, Tina? Yep, I want to pay you back for all the help you've given me. I'll make any modifications to your orbments you might need. It'll be just like we worked together on your field exercises. Hey, don't take on too much at once. Remember, you gotta do maintenance on the engines too. Oh, no sweat, I'm just getting started. That's great, just don't push yourself too hard. Aww, you two really get each other. Though I guess it makes sense after all the intense battles you two have gone through together. Yeah, well, I get a feeling we could have avoided a lot of these battles if Tita here didn't charge right in without thinking so much. What about all the times you were too much of a hothead back down from a fight? Okay, I guess we're both as bad as each other. But I figure that's a part of why we make such a great team. We... yeah, you're right. Ooh la la, isn't that sweet? I think someone's got a little crush. Yeah, I can feel myself getting bashful just watching them. Yeah, nothing's fixed, but we do have Tita back. That's the most important thing. Anyway, let me help you out for a bit. Call on me anytime. Thanks. Just know you've got our backs makes me feel better. Still, pretty lovey-dovey, aren't they? A kid's feelings aren't out in the open, but that just makes it even more interesting. Exciting to see how things develop. I get where you're coming from, but it'll be inappropriate to tease them about it. Yeah, it would be. Ah, so there hasn't been any updates about Shera's whereabouts, right? But I hear Ren and the others have come here to Erebonia. Besides, a kid's here as well, so there's no need to worry.
Yes!
No level 3 just yet. And the amount we have is still decent.
I'll help.
Alright. No master quartz. Holy boots and ropes are still the same. These at least are better. So we got at least a whole bunch of weapons for ridiculous amount of prices. So that's good to know. I'm guessing the Excel jacket is our new go-to. Ooh, also some new colors. It's only colors, it's not like we get extra parts to make the bikes a lot faster or anything like that. Still want them though.
Come back soon.
We will, don't worry.
I'll help.
Yeah, we plan to Sepit to upgrade that as well. Yeah, we got so much to do in and outside of the episode, that's for sure. Alright, so for now we've talked to everyone, but we haven't been on the flight deck. I'm guessing Elvin is there. Alright, so we did talk to everyone, so we have the bonding events left. We already know which one we wanna pick, so let's start with the one we watched. It can be. What can be, Machias? My dad just sent me an orb mail about the current situation in Ordis. A certain someone was dispatched there recently by order of City Hall. Is there some sort of issue with that? Nah, it's not a big deal really. It just... my dad's been in kind of a tough spot in Ordis. What with his partial demotion and all. This could get messy for him. All I can do is hope he keeps on fighting the good fight. I don't know all the details, but Machias seems pretty worried about his dad. That in mind, Valamar might be able to get us over to Ordis. Hey Machias, would you be up to sneaking into Ordis with me again? Even with the Imperial Defense Force there, we might still have a chance if we go via Valamar. Rean, you mean it? Thanks. There's actually a few things I've been wanting to check on over there. If we could just get in touch with my dad and help him work this out, it'll mean the world to me. Hey, no time to waste then. Let's get going. After contacting Governor Ragnix, the two headed to Ordis with Villamore's help. One of the governor's subordinates was waiting for them in Ordis and escorted them to the mansion with the utmost secrecy. Well, thank you, Machias and Rean. You risked a lot to come back here. I only mean to report on what's happening lately. I guess I've made you worry. Well, you wanted to check in and make sure everything was alright. It seemed like new problems are sprouting up faster than weeds. Right, like the National Mobilization Law's conscription and the Requisition Council. Yes, whereas the Governor Accountability Inspectorate falls on the judicial branch. The Ministry of Justice is an executive branch where the Conscription and Requisition Council was only recently established. As the name suggests, they have the authority to requisition and conscript according to the law. Yes, so no one in the council members was sent to Ordis and is now carrying out the law. But this person is only targeting nobles. Yes, and that's information I've received from Vincent and the Floral family. They seem to be covertly seizing assets way beyond what the law permits. Some noble families are now on the verge of bankruptcy. Well, they're taking this too far. It's almost as if they have a grudge against nobles. But that can't be right. They're nobility themselves. Indeed. One of them is the son of a count who was once in marriage talks with the Cayenne family. Depending on what happens, it could go against the secret non-intervention agreement with the nobles that Hugo and Vincent negotiated. I don't have the authority to execute anything now, but it is necessary to have oversight as a member of the Inspectorate. Well, I'll do all I can to help now that I'm here. Plus, this sounds very familiar. Pardon the intrusion, Governor Ragnitz. Has something happened? One of the council members is currently exercising their duties at the harbor. The cargo transport ship shared by the noble families has been forcibly requisitioned. Alright, let's get started. It shouldn't take too long since we're splitting the documents between us. Once they've been categorized, we'll send them out to the appropriate squadrons. Understood. You guys. Oh, what are you kids doing here? This is a restricted area. You in the glasses. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? You know this guy, Machias? Yeah, I had a feeling we would meet him here. It's been a while, Arthur. I haven't seen you since Sis's funeral. You mean... Wow, I get to see your dad again, and now you, Machias. It's good to see you. It sounds like you've been doing some good work at Thors with the Government Accountability Inspectorate. Man, you've really grown. If I remember right, Machias' cousin was in a relationship with the noble son of a count, but the Cayenne family butted in and caused everything to fall apart. And I hear you're no longer at City Hall. You were part of the executive committee that pushed the National Mobilization Law through, right? Yes, I applied right after that law was passed. I didn't ask to be transferred to Ordis, that was just a coincidence. After everything that happened, I figured I was in no position to face you or your father. I see. I'm not here in any official capacity, but there's still something I need to ask you. What exactly were you planning when you seized that ship? Well, according to my father, the nobility intended it to be an emergency resource for refugees and victims of war. Even with the National Mobilization Law in place, seizing supplies meant the support to citizens won't be allowed. Well, under normal circumstances, I'd agree with you, but the law can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. I've already had this policy approved by the committee. I argued that since the nobles have resources to spare, they should shoulder the lion's share of the burden. That's how you got around it? So it is true. You're not even hiding the fact that you're robbing the nobility blind. This is a blatant abuse of statutory interpretation. With all your experience, you have to know that. Machias, you remember the Civil War. You were there after all. You've seen firsthand the suffering the noble foolishness has caused. And the 4 great houses are the worst of all. Yes, they've paid reparations, but it's not enough. They held back the progress of the Empire and its people for generations. We have to make them pay for everything they've done. If we are to overcome this war and create a brighter future, they must pay. What? Is this? I thought so. Arthur, listen to me. You can't do this. This isn't what Elsa would want. What? This whole time, I've been trying to understand why you support the national mobilization law. I mean, you're from a noble family yourself, so why would you be so harsh on other nobles? But I think I have my answer now. You've never forgiven yourself for Elsa's death. The pressure from the nobility, the things you said, they've been weighing on you all these years. But I told her I'd treasure her as my mistress instead. If she'd just accept that we couldn't be married. I just don't understand it. Why would she take her own life? What am I saying? What good will it do for me to repent now, when it's too late? You see, you've regretted it all this time, and those feelings festered. Forgive me, but I've been keeping tabs on you in my spare time. After Elsa died, you left City Hall and continued working for a different department. Your ties with the Cayenne household were completely cut, and you were as good as disowned by your own family. Despite all that, in your own way, you've been trying to change the Empire's nobility. It's all been to atone for what happened to Elsa, isn't it? Oh. I don't deserve those words. Believe me, I know how you feel. Back then, I hated the nobles and how powerless I was to change anything. You must have lost any remaining faith in them thanks to the Civil War. So you used the national mobilization law to erode their power and put them in line of fire. But this isn't right. It doesn't matter what dirty tactics your foes use or how much the odds are stacked against you. I believe in the law. If we really want to change the world, we have to do it by the book. Ah, damn it, I know. I tried to do things legit, but it wasn't enough. No one's ever gonna change anything that way. Not alone, we can't. I can only speak for myself, but I haven't given in yet. My cousin's death hit me hard, just like you. I started to give in to my hatred. But the time I spent in Class 7 gave me a new outlook on the world and led me to the Inspectorate. I know there's a better way out there for you, and I help you find it. It's the least I can do for the man that my cousin loved. Machias. You really have become a fine young man. But me? I haven't even grown as a person at all. How can I ever face you or your father after everything I've done? Well, you shouldn't worry so much. Just come forward and face us head on. Governor Regnitz. For better or worse, I'm going to take up my post as Imperial Governor from here on. But I can't do it alone. I'm going to need the help of young talents like Rean and Machias. That goes for you too, Arthur. We've worked together before, and we can work together again. I think this is what Elsa would have wanted. Yeah, I agree. What do you say, Arthur? Will you work with us to change this country for the better? Machias. I messed up again, didn't I? I'm sorry, Elsa. What have I done? Arthur released the cargo ship and returned it to its rightful owner. Though he'd continue working with the National Mobilization Law Committee, he promised to change his ways and revise the requisitioning policies. Looks like it turned out okay, eh, Machias? Yeah, I feel like I finally found some closure too. Thank you, Rean. I don't think I've ever found the words to get through to Art if I hadn't met you. If I've grown at all, it's only thanks to you and Eustace, and the rest of Class VII too. Well, you're welcome. But you've helped me out too, and I think I can put a little more trust in the future now. Who knows, I might even be able to reach some kind of understanding with my own father. Oh right. Well, I guess none of this even compares to that. You're going to have your work cut out for you. Just know you can always count on me for anything. You're a good friend, Machias. Thank you. Your bond with Machias strengthened. Maxed out. Yeah, that was a really good bonding event, because it not only showed things of Machias' past, but we managed to get closure for him on that too, so... Ooh, this is gonna be a hard pick, I can already feel it. What happened this time turned out quite pretty well for me. I need to thank you again. Oh, it's no big deal. I just gave you a little push. Anyway, it's my job now to look out for you. No matter what you face, we got me and the rest of your friends behind you. If we all work together, we can overcome anything. You're right. That is true. Because the more we work together, the more power we have. Alright, let's go for our other optional one. Not bad, if I say so myself. Hey, do some practice, I see. Your movement there felt really natural. Yeah, I surprised even me, to be honest. But I guess it's to be expected after having crossed swords with Lieutenant Colonel Neidhart. Being able to hold my ground against one of Mueller's sworn friends was a big moment for me. I can imagine. Looks like we have to thank Lieutenant Colonel in general for that sometime. Definitely, but maybe not quite yet. I imagine Prince Cedric is also steadily improving his skills. Maybe I should start searching for that thing Uncle Zex told me about. General Zex told him to look for something? I wonder what it could be. This thing your uncle wants you to search for, I assume there must be some big story behind it? I'd like to know more, if you wouldn't mind. It might prove useful to us later on. Sure, instructor, I don't mind. Would you be willing to accompany me somewhere in that case? We can talk more about it on the way. Curiouser and curiouser. What are we gonna find there? Resolution? Kurt briefed Rean on the item he was looking for, and the two headed out to their destination. You think this is the sword you're looking for? It must be, it matches the description. Roland Vander was the renowned swordsman who founded the Vander School. This is the one of the two legendary swords he wielded during the War of Alliance. No kidding. Roland Vander really was an incredible swordsman, known for taking up arms with a young Drykel himself 250 years ago. So this is the sword your ancestors used, huh? Indeed. His left-handed short sword, to be precise. It must have been missing since the war. My uncle reached out to me from the naval fortress. They'd apparently received word about a sword matching the description recently. You may be able to discover the essence of what it means to be a sword of protection to the blades that once belonged to Roland. That was a top secret communication he went out of his way to send to the Macabre. I think I understand. It didn't show up during the Civil War. It showed up now, when you're struggling to grow as a swordsman. Even other people would probably consider it fate. I admit, I'm more than a little self-conscious that I may be unworthy of such an honor. Even so, this is the sword my family has spent generations searching for. As a vendor, I must retrieve it. Alright, let's sort things out with the store owner then. Thanks to their friendship with Ash, the store owner McEnroe gave them a special price. They got it polished at the weapon workshop and then took it out to give it a test run. So this is the sword Roland Vander once used. How do you like it? Well, the weight and the balance are perfect. It almost feels like it was made for me. Of course, I am a dual wielder, so I'll need another one of these if I'm going to make full use of it. What? What's going on? My head. It's like there's something surging into it. Kurt! Drykles, my lord and dearest friend, I hereby pledge myself to your cause. I will not leave your side until you accomplish your goal. This I swear upon my blades. And if the power you wield should prove too much for you, I will do whatever it takes to bring you back to your senses. Even if it costs me my life, I will watch over you and the Empire. What was that? A memory stored within the sword, maybe? No. Maybe it would be more accurate to call it an echo of his owner's consciousness. In other words, you just caught a glimpse of Roland Vander's past. Was that Roland? Unbelievable. Well, the man himself fell during the War of the Lions, but it looked like a part of his spirit remained in the sword to watch over Emperor Drykles. It probably resonated with us due to our connection as Awakener and Secondary Contractor, and our similar relationship to Drykles and Roland. I see. A piece of Roland's soul, huh? I never thought I'd get to feel connected to my ancestor in such a manner. I can't let them outdo me. As a Vander, I owe it to my family and myself to overcome this trial. I'll open Prince Cedric's eyes to the truth, just like Roland would have done for Drykles. With you as my witness, I'll swear it upon this blade. Inspiring words, Kurt. I'll be counting on you. Kurt and Rean continued to train before returning to the Macabre. Kurt decided to keep a hold of the sword until its partner could be found. Kurt bond increased to 4. Oh, it's gonna be difficult, isn't it? Because finding the blade is part of his 2-part story, I'm sure. Hey Kurt, not feeling too worn out, I hope? Far from it. Thank you for offering your support, instructor. The time to live up to the Vander name and fulfill my oath is now. I must rise to the challenge. That's great. I'll be counting on you. Yeah, so we need to pick one of those two, and we're gonna decide, well, as soon as we get our extra bonding point, which I think the extermination request that we have will probably give it to us, and we'll do that somewhere along the line, because we have so much to do as well. So I think for now I'm gonna leave it here. On the next one we're gonna do the 4 lovey-dovey bonding events, and then we can start going down on the surface to start doing our rounds. And maybe in between those rounds, when we finish our region, I will do a trial chest or 2 just to mix it up a little bit, and maybe even throw in a cryptid attempt, because I think with having 104, 105 as a level, we should be able to at least make a decent attempt at it. So expect that to be done before we continue on with the main story. Could be interesting, isn't it? So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we continue doing everything we need to do before continuing onwards. So until then, bye bye.